Hello and welcome to the channel. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're talking about a stock that has an earnings call coming up on May 3rd, and I'm going to talk about the chart and see what the levels are right now, and I have a couple of indicators to go through on the analysis part of it. But let's talk about the company first. The stock that we're talking about is OKE. The ticker for that is OKE, and this is one of the leading firms on the natural gas, energy stock. And they work around Rocky Mountain area, and they have a lot of assets as well. So we can go through their balance sheet income statement as well. So OKE is scheduled to release their first quarter 2002 results on May 3rd after market close. So that's going to happen on May 3rd after the market is closed. So you got to watch out for the stock when the day opens that day. And a couple of factors they want us to let you know that there is an anticipation that earnings are going to be a positive number. The factors to consider is the improving production volumes in Rocky Mountain region. The increasing demand of natural gas and natural gas liquids and fee-based income are likely to have a boosted first quarter earnings. So they're thinking because they had pumped up more gas and they have a lot of demand as well, and they think the revenue is going to be really good and they can have a positive earnings per share. As far as the stock is concerned, it's a very large company. It's $28.6 billion company. And the previous close, on the market, the previous close was $65.99. Today, it opened at $60.15. However, 52-week range is about $48 to $75. This is the range. The highest it went in 52 weeks is $75. The lowest it got to is $48. PE ratio is 19.12. EPS is 3.35, which means they are profitable. They're not losing any money right now. It's not in negative. So EPS, earnings per share, is in positive. So which means they're still making money. On average, the stock that is traded for the company is about 2.8 million, and today they had done about so far 1.3 million, which is around the range and around the average. Okay, let's see. On the institutional holdings, institutional banks hold about 65%, 65.52% to be exact. They have increased their position by 13 million. 377 corporations sold 10 million shares, but if you net that, there's still 3 million difference, which is being bought addition to what they already have. So the institutional banks are also very much into the stock as well. This is a large company, and there's analysts from these firms like JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Raymond James, Stanford. These are different firms. The analysts have confirmed that this is a buy. Again, you got to take these ratings as grain of salt. You don't want to just start jumping in the stock because the analysts have provided the rating, because they could be biased, they could be shorting, whatever the case is. But anyway, so the thing is a buy. The average price, I think, it should be around $71. The lowest it could get to is $63, which is not true because it did get to lower than that. And the highest it could get to is $81. So they think it's a buy, and they think average price should be around $71.50. And we're going to talk about that. I think it could potentially get to $71 when I get to the chart. As far as the revenue is concerned, everything is by 1,000, which means that if you see a 16 million, you got to times that with 1,000, so it becomes 16 billion. The revenue for 2021 so far is about 16 billion. Cost of revenue is about 12 billion, and the profit they have about 3.6 billion. Okay, so as far as the income statement is concerned, the net income statement, the net income is from continuing operations about 1.4 billion. So their income statement looks really good. All right, they're definitely a profitable company. So the cash flow, operating cash flow, it is 2.5 billion, which is again profitable. Their operations is profitable. They're not losing any money. It's not in negative, and is better than 2020. Investing cash flow is usually how much their expenses are, what they're paying off, whatever salaries and things like that. It's about 665 million. And financing cash flow is usually raised by issuing stocks, bonds, and paying off debts, etc., etc. So they're negative right now for that, but it's not a concern. That's okay. They still have about 146 million in hand. Short interest for the stock is about 6.4 million stocks that are shorted, but however the average is like 1.45%, which is whatever was shorted on the exchange, like retail investors, etc., etc. But however, the dark pool exchange is about 71%, which is a little higher. Dark pool is usually where the institutional banks do their trading. And the reason they don't do it on the exchanges where the retail investor does is because they don't want to affect the market heavily, right? So let's look at this chart here, right? So Fibonacci retracement I have on here, which actually exactly matches with some of the support that it created from last few weeks. $62.20 matches with 38%. And you have a $59, which matches with the 23%. So what I'm trying to say is on May 3rd, when the earnings call is expected after the market hours. So you got to understand that on Tuesday, where I want you guys to add this to your watch list is because on Tuesday, what's going to happen is either you'll probably see a very good upward momentum on the stock, but on Monday, probably you can see the stock going down a little bit. It could either head down to $62 support, or it could down to 59, or very well be, the $55 support. You never know, right? So right now it's on a downward shift, right? So even though the EMA, which is a 13 period, is about to cross the 48 periods, which means, potentially it could cross over and it could go down. RSI is telling me the stock is definitely, there's a lot of selling going on with the stock. Anything below 30 is oversold. The histogram looks way down, like -1, which means that for it to cover, it still has to come up. So I feel like on Monday, the stock is still going to go down a little bit more. But Tuesday, when the earnings call is expected on May 3rd, the stock is going to have a good day. And potentially, it could probably take over during the after hours before Tuesday starts. Look, the point here is that you got to live this market stuff every day, okay? And if you can't do day trading, you do have 3 to 4 trades per week. And, generally, if you can't day trade, you save the day trade for hot plays. You have 3 trades, So, for example, if you buy the stock, let's say you buy 10 shares and you sell 10 shares that day, consider it as 1 day trade. So, potentially, if you see a good play, you could play it with number of shares that you purchase and potentially make money on there. So, what I'm trying to say is now it's going to come down. I think it's going to come down to even further. It could either come down to 62 levels or 59, or potentially, again, $55. But when it started coming up, potentially it could go up to $72. And of course, it could well cross that. I mean, nobody could predict the future, but there's a resistance, which means that when it gets to that level, a lot of limit orders will kick in and it will shift the price down a little bit. So, but again, this is my quick video for you guys. Watch out for the stock. The ticker is OKE. Launching the earnings call is May 3rd, which is Tuesday, but it's going to happen after 4 o'clock. So just be aware of that, and consider how you want to play this. This is not a financial advice. This is just me giving you the information, and you could be your own judge. Hope you guys like this video. If you guys are new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. I release video every day, and the objective here is to get you guys information early on so we can potentially make some money and build our wealth. So I'll talk to you guys in the next video.